Welcome to World Disclosure, the greatest deception to mankind. Tonight on Full Spectrum A to Z, we are covering the most incredible things that are happening in our skies right now worldwide. Hundreds of UFOs being spotted everywhere, and we are going deep, real deep. This is Full Spectrum A to Z. My name is Paul Routley, and yes, this is Full Spectrum A to Z, covering science that should not be, but is, information that should not be, but is, events that should not be, but are, and human abilities that should not be, but are. What the heck's going on? When we put this all together, A to Z, it will tell the full spectrum of world disclosure, the greatest deception to mankind.
Government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage thing, where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people. And they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
They're
very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an?
Here's Dr. Stephen Greer, professor and doctor of ufology, spanning 2 to 3, 4 decades, his lifetime, working on this subject with the government. This is off the scale. Watch this. This should not be, but is.
Project is being run illegally. These are brand new witnesses, and they've got bombshell information to talk about. These technologies are unsanctioned. They are illegal operations, and this can be proven in any court of law.
It's like, wow, nobody's coming after us. We're going to do this until we can get away with it. They would have so much control over everything if they had that. If this information was all released, it could fall into the wrong hands.
Using security as a cover for illicit, illegal, or even treasonous activities.
The members of Congress didn't have the detailed information of the precise location
where they keep the bodies, the crack, the debris, all the evidence that we've been searching for the last 80 years.
You know how to keep a secret? Secrets was stock and trade.
They're literally making their own money to fund their own projects.
We have a source currently in the deep black world.
It doesn't matter if you're president of the United States, you're not going to talk about that.
It was this large monolithic slab. Looked like it was elevated off the ground.
It is dramatic.
Look, this is the most top secret shit you've ever heard of.
Welcome back.
Back in the 1950s, the government, CIA, declassified documents, which Dr. Greer is about to disclose off the scale. They were reverse engineering UFOs, and they had a 50-year plan to build psychological warfare into the public to prepare them for today, so that they would have bad connotations, because the UFOs in our skies are made by man, that they have reverse engineered, crashed UFOs, and they are trying to create a fear and a fake alien invasion to justify trillions and trillions of dollars into space warfare. This is off the scale what Dr. Greer is stating and showing, and the witnesses and documents that are coming forward, check this out.
Threat. So we know this was the plan that was hatched in 1953 or so at the CIA. We have documents to that effect, and that it would only take place because there had been a long-term, multi-decade psychological warfare operation that began in the late 50s in earnest with the man-made UFOs, and then later where they were using altered humans, and then in the later robotic aliens to abduct humans and to instigate terrorizing events like mutilations. And on occasion, where they placed these man-made UFOs over a developing world villages and blown up the whole village and killed dozens of people. Now, we have people on the inside who know all this. And so now, the incoming president doesn't know this, the Congress doesn't know this, and 99.9% of the Pentagon don't know it, but this is what's going to be coming out in part. And the very granular details of what this defection group is going to put out there, we don't know, but it will absolutely be dispositive proof, but also the fact that they've agreed to unmask themselves, meaning they'll be named, is new. I just learned that a couple weeks ago when the leader of that group met with me at my place in Washington, D.C. So we'll see what happens if they don't get scrubbed. I mean, if they're not assassinated between now and then, this is what's coming out, and I'm making an attempt. I sort of joke, I've become the cosmic Paul Revere.
Watch Dr. Greer's full documentary, very powerful, and watch his channel and news recordings for daily release. This is off the scale. This is world disclosure, very important. Share it with as many as possible. I'm Paul Routley. This is world disclosure, information that should not be that is, abilities and attributes of people that should not be but is, government activities that should not be but is, UFOs in our skies that should not be but is. We're putting this all together to tell the full spectrum story, A to Z. I'm Paul Routley. This is World Disclosure.